$25,462 all in just 6 weeks. This is unbelievable.
$4,300 today? Oh my God. I just can't believe it.
It's just insanity. An $8,000 commission in one single day.
And that's $17,822 today.
I can't believe it, Mark. $13,845 in profits today alone.
This can't be real. $10,394 in the last 24 hours? This is crazy.
Want the same success like my students?
Now, here's a screenshot of my earnings for the last 90 days. I've made over $109,000 all from this. Thank you so much.
You are the best mentor I've ever had. If you get an opportunity to work with Mark, do it.
Mark, I just had to send you over a quick update. I woke up with $8,000 today. I am completely ecstatic about this. That's now $340,000 in just over 4 months. I still cannot believe it. It has changed my life completely.
Is it time for you to make money like this? The same success like my students? If the answer is yes, then watch this short exclusive video till the very end, where I'm going to flat out guarantee you 30 people I choose to become my students today will become real-life millionaires within the next 12 months. Simply by following some easy ABC instructions, and regardless if you succeed or fail, you'll still be able to get paid $1,250 in hard cash with absolutely no strings attached, just by following a few simple steps. This proven system has paid out over $75 million in commissions to people just like you, and you can get your share of it if you act fast. You don't need any experience or skills whatsoever. 100% fully guaranteed. Sent directly to your bank account of your choice. Please note, this opportunity is valid only for 30 people, so take advantage while you can. This highly sensitive presentation is about to begin, so pay full attention because you won't get a chance to see it again. The information contained in this video alone is worth over $3,997, so don't overlook this extremely rare opportunity. I've used it myself to make over $5,276,000 online this year. If you do exit this special page at any time, bluntly put, you'll miss out big time. And the next person in line will be eligible to claim one of the 30 last remaining spots available. With that out of the way, are you ready? Now, consider these facts carefully. If you manage to earn $2,739 each and every single day. In doing so, you'll have over $1 million liquid every single year sat in your own bank account, making you a real-life millionaire. Did you know this? Well, if we went on to triple this amount, and say you make $8,219 every single day, you could live in a penthouse condo like this. You could also drive around in a luxury sports car like this. And not to mention cruise around the world in this. And still have over $1 million in pure hard cash sitting in your bank account. But hey, you're probably thinking these are just huge numbers I'm pulling out of thin air, right? And perhaps you're totally okay with only having a couple $1,000s extra each month, and fine with living in a normal-sized house and driving a normal family car. But let me ask you this. What do you actually think it takes to make $8,219 every single day? Doing what? You're probably thinking, by working in a store or office for 15 to 18 plus hours? Doing grueling shifts every single day of the week? What if I said to you that by spending as little as 35 minutes a day, you could be making $8,219, a realistic target by the end of the week?
Mark, what can I say? You have helped me so much. And just today, I've crossed the $250,000 mark using your system. It really is a dream come true.
Well, that's a reality for my students. Pretty amazing, right? Well, pay attention closely because I'm going to show you live in front of your very eyes that it's absolutely possible by the very end of this video. But not just a maybe kind of possible. I'm going to show you that if you follow my exact step-by-step instructions, you'll have over $8,000 sitting in your personal bank account. And that's all thanks to a proprietary program I call UDC 20 Steps Program. UDC stands for My Special Ultimate.com Millionaire Mentorship Program. It's just 20 simple, easy steps I'm asking you to follow. If done correctly, we'll generate over $8,000 in profits. This is completely unlike anything you have ever seen online before. It's nothing to do with eBay, Amazon, MLM, multi-level marketing, pyramid schemes, or sleazy get-rich-quick schemes. This is a long-term opportunity for a highly profitable online business, which will be standing rock solid 10 or 20 years from now. One of my students, Charlie, was a little skeptical when he first heard about my Ultimate.com program, but that soon changed. Here's a quick video update he sent me.
Hi guys, my name is Charlie from Pennsylvania, and I'm making this video update video as you requested. I know we haven't spoken in a while, but if we rewind the clock 10 months ago and go back 10 months in my life, I was at a point where I was being harassed by banks and credit card companies, and seriously, me and my whole family, my wife and kids, were really scared and worried about what was going to happen. But luckily, at around the same time, I was introduced to the system, and thank God I was, because I was in such a tight spot, and it ended up helping so much. And I was very skeptical of it at first, but I realized I had nothing to lose, so I went in and did it anyway. And you know, it was completely amazing. Just like you said, I was getting wire transfers of $3,000, $10,000, and the whole experience was just completely surreal. I mean, I'm close to $65,000 for this month, and I'm very close to my first $100,000 month as well. And you know, this all wouldn't have been possible without Mark's system, and I truly have never seen anything as effective as it is on the internet anywhere. I can't find anything else as good as it is. So if you've been offered a spot in the program, definitely take it, because they don't get offered to everyone. It's very rare that people get a spot. So don't miss out on the opportunity, because it will and can completely change your life in the same way it has mine.
Thanks for that, Charlie. As Charlie just mentioned, and very rightly so, this is an extremely one-off opportunity you have in front of you. There's currently just 6 more spots available for my special program, because quite frankly, out of the hundreds and thousands of people who hate their 9-to-5 jobs and want to escape and create an online income, you have been selected to join myself in an opportunity worth over $84.3 million. And yes, that's a real number I'm talking about. What's more is, you won't even find this anywhere in public. No guru is teaching anything like this, quite simply as they don't have access to it. It's one of the web's best-kept secrets, all backed by a publicly funded company. And to ensure this, once you actually get the login access details to the system, you are required to sign an NDA. An NDA is a non-disclosure agreement to ensure this one-off opportunity remains profitable, and so you don't just share it with anyone and everyone you please. It's not really a private society or anything like that, but what it is my proven and tested private system, which is able to generate tens of thousands of dollars in profit each day. Now, before you think this is illegal or anything, it's certainly not. One of the secret ingredients to this system is the fact they let you earn big commission from legitimate and ethical digital products and services. You see, the UDC system pays extremely high commission, ranging anywhere from $1,000 up to $10,000 for just one single sale. In fact, I don't know any other company out there doing something like this. But yes, just one single sale can earn you $10,000 in cash that they pay directly to you, to your bank of choice. And the best bit is, you can generate them as many times over as you want.
Hi, it's Louise here. Thank you so much for helping and coaching me every step of the way. I've just made over $103,000 in the last 4 weeks, and I've paid off my student loans, finally. I've also treated my mother to a last-minute vacation. Mark, I can't thank you enough.
However, if you're wondering where the catch is, here it is. Not just anybody can or will be allowed to sell these highly priced products and services, unless you are a registered and approved private member with access to this highly effective program. The exact system that is responsible for turning me into a self-made multi-millionaire several times over. You have to be approved for it, or it just won't work. So I'm guessing you want to know a bit more about this 7-step private program and how you can get those 10K commissions, right? I thought so. Well, first off, it's 100% fully safe and all online based. You're guaranteed to make a real income. You're guaranteed to make $1,250 just by following the steps we provide. There's no catch. And if anything, you gain either way, as you're set up to earn much more. It's fully legal, moral, and completely ethical. In fact, by using the system, you'll be helping others out massively. Making a huge difference in their lives is one of the main reasons I love this system so much. And another reason why I'm sharing it today, to help a select group of 30 people. You'll be working with a huge, reputable, publicly funded company that pays anywhere from $1,000 up to $10,000 for every sale you bring them. And that's all done when you send them small amounts of traffic. I'll explain more on this later, but pay close attention. In the simple steps, I show you exactly where to get these small amounts of traffic from for absolutely no cost and very easily. So you can go and actually make these 1K to 10K sales completely hands-free and pocket those huge commissions for yourself. Remember, the small amount of traffic is sent to the large company. The large company then pays you up to 10 grand in cash when a sale is made. It's that simple. You simply turn the traffic switch on using the simple steps, show it where to go, and you generate your hefty big commissions.
That's $76,610 in 45 days. I've just put a deposit down for my first apartment. I'm so happy, I'm speechless. All I did was use the secret traffic sources, and in my first day using the system, I made $3,000.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, you do not have to be a salesperson either. In fact, there's no selling involved. Our team of 7-figure mentors will be doing all the selling for you. More on that in just a minute. But from this big publicly funded company alone, I've been fortunate enough to make over $5.2 million. Yes, over $5.2 million. Now, I'm not saying you'll make this straight off the bat, as I have an unfair advantage. I've been using this system for longer than you have and have much more experience. I work on my laptop for about 30 to 40 minutes a day and spend the majority of my time just tracking my income. I'm pretty darn close to working 4 hours a week while generating 7 figures in commissions. And in reality, not really doing much for such huge results. Now, I can see you're probably asking me, if this system is so good, why on earth are you sharing it? Well, first things first, you've actually been filtered and qualified before being sent to this page. So that's number one. You've been referred to me by a close and personal friend of mine who has already pre-screened you. So, well done on that. There are only 6 spots left, so pay close attention on how you secure it. Before I go any further, I'd like to quickly introduce myself. My name is Mark Thomas. I'm originally from Albuquerque in the United States. And I've been married to my amazing wife for 15 years now, Cassandra. I have 3 beautiful daughters, all who have turned into beautiful young women. I've been working and making money online for the past 9 years now. To date, I've generated close to $9.3 million. The first few years of doing my online business were more of trial and error, where I didn't earn much. So I've earned the majority in the last 2 or 3 years. Check out this recent payouts I've been getting. Pretty incredible, right? That's $16,000 here, $12,000 here, $14,400, even $18,000, all in a 7-day period. I live on this dreamy beachfront home in San Diego here, which is a dream, and I'm seriously in love with life. I can honestly say I'm truly blessed. Having already coached my first batch of 30 students, at least 8 of them have gone on to become online millionaires, with a handful of the rest being not far off. Taking someone from 0 to $1 million has become supremely gratifying, much more than I ever expected. Sometimes I feel as if my life is a big daydream. I'm doing what I love to do each day. I have a beautiful family, and most importantly, I came from absolutely nothing. Going back over 10 years ago, I was a truck driver. I'd work 19-hour days. Just sat behind the wheel of a huge 50-foot truck driving across the states, delivering wooden logs. Not very glamorous or exciting at all. I was literally powered from diner coffee, cheap energy drinks, and I slept for no more than a few hours a night, camping out in my cramped and small truck seat. Eating burgers and junk from diners. I was unhealthy, overweight, and trapped in a hamster wheel cycle. I worked 7 days a week, and to tell you the truth, it was killing me, mentally, physically, and emotionally. You see, myself and Cassandra had quite bad credit card debts. I'm talking close to $94,000, and interest was constantly accumulating. I was literally working non-stop and getting paid enough to keep a roof over our heads, food for both of us, and just about enough to keep the debt collectors away by paying off the minimum credit repayments. There were times when I would skip a meal or two. I'd even go a day without food just so my wife could eat. I know it sounds over the top. That was actually my reality. It's quite embarrassing to admit public, but I was hiding it from my wife as well. Of course, I didn't tell her about my debts, but the bills were mounting. The credit card and banks were calling. I felt the weight of the world on my shoulders. I even got a letter threatening me that they'd foreclose my house and remove me from the actual property if I didn't pay the amount owed. Here's another really shameful part of my story. I ended up pawning off my marriage ring just to keep the debt collectors at bay. Very dark times, to say the least. And then everything changed. That's me with a big smile. I'm utterly happier than ever now. Myself and Cassandra are going 15 years strong and have a wonderful relationship. We've paid off all our debts, including any loans or borrowed money from family and friends. And get this, our banks even offered us premier credit cards with practically no limits. Boy, what a 360 change that's been. We fly first class. Hey, we still collect the air miles, of course, but, Hey, we've been to Hawaii, Costa Rica, Barbados, Thailand, Japan, you name it. We've probably been there on vacation within the last year. Oh, and I almost forgot one of the best perks. It's an extremely nice feeling when you can pay off utilities bills a year in advance. I don't even get any monthly bills, as they're all credited a year in advance. Talk about stress-free living, not having to worry about bills. And before you say it, I'm not really bragging here. I just want to show you where our lifestyle stands compared to the old and less fortunate days. We live here. We own this, and this right here. And it's all 100% paid from the internet. Cassandra drives this beauty here. Here's my current car. Yeah, no, it's a little flash, not the most fuel efficient, but hey, it's been like a childhood dream to own one of these. And this isn't all just boasting, nor is it to try and stick it to you in an unpleasant way. This is just to show you what's really possible. And you want to know a hush-hush secret I shouldn't really be making public? Are you ready? Well, the truth is, I'm absolutely terrible at internet marketing. Yeah, you heard that right. My skills are terrible. Even to date, I have very limited skills. That being said, with no skill or knowledge, it's absolutely possible to achieve what I've done. The exact same thing happening to you right this moment. Just being in the right place in the right time, watching this very video is everything you need. Now, if you've been keeping up to date with news on internet and how things like Snapchat or Instagram are now valued at billions of dollars, those companies are in reality very simple concepts. But because they were made available at the right time and in the right place, they grew into ginormous billion-dollar companies. So jumping on an unexploited opportunity is essentially what you should do if you want to profit big. You'll be glad to know that you are one of the very first batches of students to learn and use my system.
Okay, $6,000 in just one day. You were right all along, Mark. I take it all back. I no longer have any credit card debts and I've just bought, guess what? My new BMW 3 Series, which is my dream car. This is more money that I made than in the last 5 years working my normal day job.
There isn't any marketing expert or guru, well, not that I know of, that knows anything remotely close to what I'm about to share. Now, again, as skeptical as you might be, let me be completely transparent and honest with you. I do thoroughly enjoy working and helping other students, especially those in a similar sort of situation when I first started out, particularly taking those guys right to their first online million. Well, let's just say it's very gratifying and fulfilling. However, a slightly bigger reason is I actually do have financial incentive in all this. You see, I have a huge goal of earning over $15 million in the next 18 months. And I figured that going at this as a lone wolf is frankly going to have my chances of hitting my lofty $15 million goal. The smartest thing to do is partner with others who are willing and hungry. I've calculated the numbers and found that with my goal in mind, having 30 people will be enough to help me achieve that goal. And those chosen 30 will all profit together. You see, for every single dollar that's generated, I make just under 2.5 cents. That way, you don't owe me anything, and it's all automated. You see, all income you generate with my powerful system will automatically deduct a very minor and small 2.5%. Now, bear in mind, you'll be making so much, I doubt you'll even notice it. Of course, for myself, over 30 people earning 6 to 7 figures, that equates to a decent amount. I feel that's pretty fair, and you'll be more than happy to give me a small percentage cut for actually teaching and sharing you this private system, right? Please keep in mind, since all the profits you generate also affects how much I profit, I'm going to be encouraged to really guide and assist you to make sure it works and you succeed. You won't have to pay me a single red dime because your profits will supplement it all. So in a nutshell, here's what happens. You'll be making anywhere from $1,000 and up to $10,000 for every sale you make by following my 7-step system I give you. And in return, I get richer by receiving a small percentage cut from that. A kind of you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back kind of thing. Pretty fair, right? But let me just be straight up and warn you right now, though. I can accept no more than 30, because out of my own pocket, I'll be paying for your very own 7-figure mentor to ensure you're on the right track and maximize your chances of success for each individual of my team of 30. What this means is I'll give you a personal 7-figure coach to walk you through each step, one-on-one, privately, to help you with any guidance you need. On top of that, the company we work with have only a certain number of applicants they can accept each year.
I've never seen results like this. I mean, I can't wait to just pay off my student loans, my credit card bills. You've just been such a great coach, and I didn't even have to do much. I just woke up and there was $4,000 in my account.
So for this batch, I'm really only able to take on 30 people, and it's probably going to fill up within the next 12 hours or so. Right now, you are number 24. I'll close this page once we hit 30 students, and reopen it again for a new batch in possibly 6 to 8 months' time. But remember, in 6 to 8 months' time, the likely scenario is that the 30 spots available will most likely and realistically be in huge demand. So right now is the very last time you'll actually be able to see this page or video. My students will be making tens, and some will even be making hundreds of thousands of dollars each month just from following my proven and tested step-by-step instruction. Luckily for you, you'll be one of the 30 that will be accepted. If you're still unsure how this works, let me try to explain it briefly. It's really simple. You send a few people with big pockets to this publicly funded company, which, by the way, is currently on its way to being a $100 million company. Then this company sends you direct deposits to your bank of $1,000, $5,000, and even $10,000. This company has paid out close to $75 million in commissions to people like you and me already, so it's fully established. Let me pull this up real quick and give you a conservative breakdown of what will happen if you follow the 7 steps. Let's say that you make a $10,000 sale every 3 days. After 2 weeks, you would be looking at just under $50,000 in profits. After a month, you're looking at just under 6 figures, roughly $100,000. And if you get the hang of it, by the end of the year, you're looking at over $1.2 million, all of which is fully achievable. After your first million, which, by the way, quite frankly, will be your hardest million, once you've got that under your belt, you can choose whatever you please to do with your money, whether it's to reinvest, start a new business, do some charity work, or just go have a big party. It's totally your call. You see, today, right now, is an opportunity. It's a huge gold mine. It's ours for the taking, and you can take as much as you want. So here's what I'm going to do for you today. I want you to absolutely crush it with my special system. I want you to hit your own personal income goals. So I, from my very own pocket, paid for your very own personal 7-figure mentor. Your very own personal 7-figure private mentor will speak to you one-on-one over the phone and walk you through the simple instructional steps of the program. Let me just repeat that. I've hired and paid for your very own personal mentor to speak with you one-on-one on the phone to help, educate, assist, and practically guarantee you success. These guys are even there to motivate you when you're stuck. I mean, sometimes we all need some encouragement from people who have made it before us. These mentors have been earning hundreds of thousands, even millions like myself, using the exact same system and are experts in the system. So you know you're going to be looked after very well. You'll be very fortunate to have your very own mentor and coach working one-on-one with you. But that's not all. Pretty crazy, I know. What I'm going to do is unlike anything I've seen before. On top of hiring you a personal 7-figure mentor, I will assign you my very own personal sales team. This is extremely powerful stuff, so please pay close attention, because you'll be partnering with me today. My personal sales team will be working on behalf of you, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to generate you sales and even more money. How's that sound? Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? You're probably asking, what exactly do my sales team do for you? Well, they do what everyone hates doing. The selling, the cold calling, the marketing, all so they can make you passive residual income generated. Now, it's those things that everybody hates doing because it's so darn difficult. But if you know a thing or two about businesses, things like cold calling is a huge golden profit honeypot, especially when they're on the phone to potential high-spending customers. And this darn boring task, well, it's all done for you, without you picking up the phone or you doing any selling, because you'll have my personal phone sales team working for you, which is very powerful. My phone sales team will do all the hard work for you. They will pick up the phone, call, and speak, and even sell more expensive products for you, which in fact, if they do end up selling, a huge amount of profit goes to you, direct to your bank account.
I don't know how to sell or doing sales, but even with no experience whatsoever, in the first 48 hours, I made $4,900 without doing any calls or anything. It was literally on autopilot. I've officially quit my job, just handed in my notice. It's an incredible feeling. Thanks, Mark.
Do bear in mind, they don't work for free. Every time they make a sale, they take a small percentage of the sale they produce on your behalf, and you keep the rest. Remember, they are doing all the work here. You're simply collecting all the profits. It's as automated as it gets, and not to mention you still receive the majority of what I call the elephant's portion of the already huge commissions. That being said, if you want to keep on to the extra percentage of profits yourself, you can make the sales and phone calls yourself. My phone sales team is completely optional and free for you to use. Have a look at this. This is one of my recent students' account who ended up using my phone sales team to make sales on their behalf. Pretty nuts, right? That's 3 payments of $8,000 in a 1-week period. Again, you're probably thinking I'm crazy or there's some sort of catch to this because it all sounds so good to be true. But please don't forget the fact that the more you profit, the more I do too. The more you succeed, the more I do too. It's mutually beneficial. You see, it's all possible thanks to my 20-step system. And with access to this special system, you won't ever need to create products, deal with customers, process payments, talk to merchants. Practically all the hard, laborious grunt work required to run a successful online business is taken care of. It's all done for you. I know, this sounds overwhelming and too good to be true, but the reason you've never heard anything remotely close to it is because there's no system out there like it. This is your opportunity for the taking. Everything you have ever wanted, feel like you deserved or owed, is here for the taking, in front of your eyes. I hope you're excited, because quite frankly, if you're not, there's something wrong. You'll be getting everything I've mentioned, the one-on-one private and personal mentoring, even access to my personal phone sales team, an abundance of wealth and opportunity just waiting for you to act upon. Let me ask you a quick question while we're speaking about lifestyles. How exactly do you want to live the rest of your life? Do you want to switch your beaten-up car for a brand spanking new sleek Mercedes? Don't you want to live in $1 million house? Or simple things like paying off the mortgage for an entire decade in one check you wrote? That'd be nice too, right? Think about it carefully. For me, I can sleep better knowing the weight of the world was off my shoulders, knowing I'd wake up not worrying about petty bills. I can go play golf instead of pacing up and down my living room with my hands on my head, just trying to figure out where the heck I was going to find the funds for overdue credit card bills. I mean, what's the price you'd pay for financial security and complete freedom, even at the cost of, say, $15,000? That would be completely justified, paying to access my private system that generates your income from $1,000 to $10,000 every time. Why? Well, quite simply because you can keep using my system to generate those 4 or 5-figure payouts many times over. But before you actually think I'm going to charge you a price tag of like $15,000, stop right there. What if I said to you, I'm not even going to charge you $10,000? Nope, I still feel that's a little out of reach for some people. And I really want to make this as fair as possible. You're super fortunate today, because even at just $1,000 you can get access to this entire system. I was still a little uneasy, and I wanted to make it even fairer. I know well and full if you had my UDC system at your exposure, you're going to bank way more than $1,000. And in doing so, I'm going above and beyond anything else anyone has ever done before, ever. I'm going to be settling your entire entrance fee. And only once you've started generating a solid stream of income, you can reimburse me over time with the profits you make. How fair is that? So in a nutshell, here's what I've done, what I'm going to do. I've paid for all the fees required in order for you to get access to my UDC 20-step system and mentoring program, making it absolutely free for you. And why would I do that? Well, firstly, like I said before, you've been vetted and pre-qualified, so I do have a lot of faith in you. Second, I know the system proven and tested because I personally earn thousands every day from it, which you've already seen. And thirdly, after all my expenses and investment, I typically make over 20 times my investment after the first month. Make sense? Now, at this moment in time, there are much more than 30 people watching and waiting to get access to this system because I've made it free. We're going to be attracting a few time wasters who are not all that serious like you about this very special opportunity. Usually these freebie seekers do not value what they have in front of them. They don't take action, and because of this, to make it fair, I'm going to put a nominal fee of just $49. $49, less than $50, and you can get access to my private system, which grants you commissions of up to $1,000, $5,000, even $10,000 anywhere and anytime you want. You can't get any fairer than that. Keep in mind that there's just 6 spots left, and you are currently one of those. After being in the business for almost a decade, I know just from dealing with many like yourself, you feel a little anxious when I mention you have to pay $49, albeit a very small amount of money in comparison to what you get and the opportunity that the door opens. A few of you are asking yourselves, well, what if it doesn't work for me? Or what if I don't deliver on everything I've said? Well, that's simple, because I'm going to be offering you a completely 100% full money-back guarantee, because I know how powerful my system is. I know that for a fact this will work because I'm earning every day from it. And also, I have students using the system right now. So I know you'll make a ton of money with this. You'll be guaranteed to profit at least $1,250 if you just follow the simple ABC steps. I really can't get fairer than that. Remember, the same step-by-step instructions have paid over $75 million in profit commissions to others like me and you. You'll be guaranteed to make $500 if you just follow the simple ABC steps, which my experts coach will hold your hand and take you through. It's literally a win-win scenario for you. So, say if you only manage to earn, say, $5,000, just a one-off time, well, consider it a 10,000% ROI, or return on investment, on your measly $50. And if that fails, but you've gone through the steps and you still earn over $1,000, you've still made a huge profit. It's a win-win. Here's a video I got a few days ago from one of my recent students, and you can see how it's changed their life.
Mark, I don't believe it. That's $4,000 in just 24 hours.
Look, I'm not sure what your situation is, but an extra $5,000 or $10,000, I'm sure, will make a little difference in your life, right? See this? What if this was your bank account? What if it was just sitting there in your own personal account? How would you feel? I mean, if you had the knowledge to generate 4 to 5 figure paydays at your complete disposal, just what do you think you'd do?
This is unbelievable. I've managed to pay off my mortgage after just 2 months.
I no longer live with my parents, and I own my own home and my car, and I couldn't have done it without your help.
So here's what it boils down to. 2 things. You can either take the white door, the door of opportunity, which you need to move fast, or are you going to take the black door and potentially fail hard doing what you've always done, working as a slave in your job, expecting a miracle to happen? You should see an order button below. Click on the button, fill out the entire form on the next page, and get started immediately. I wasn't kidding when I said leaving this page or denying yourself this opportunity may be a permanent thing. And you don't want to miss out on something huge like this. Take back your freedom, because now is the time. Today, this moment. Think back when you were 14 years old. You had total and complete freedom, the freedom you wish you had now. No responsibilities, no worries, just stress and carefree days. Well, here's a chance to take it back. Unshackle yourself from the rat race. You owe it to yourself. This is one of the most important decisions you will make. You can simply decide and follow through, or you can take the easy road and be wishy-washy about every important decision life throws in front of you. No more bosses, no more debt collectors, no more opening the mail looking at bills on top of bills. This isn't the life you want, but it's going to be your reality if you don't do something about it. Remember, there's only 6 more spots, so you have to move quick. Click the button and fill out the next page, and start that new chapter of your life. Maybe you're not motivated about money, but hey, this isn't all about money. Money's just like air. You need air to breathe, every minute, every hour of the day. What I mean is that money enables you to breathe, pay bills, eat, and survive. With more air comes more choices, and more choices means more freedom. See a nice car you like? How liberating would it be to take out your checkbook and write a check to buy it right then and there? The feeling itself is priceless, more so than the actual price you paid for the car. Just imagine it. Imagine being able to pick anything on the menu in a fancy restaurant, being able to say yes to a mouth-watering 20-ounce filet mignon priced at a typical week's worth of groceries. Imagine being able to tip a helpful waitress like you actually wanted to, instead of embarrassingly leaving next to nothing because money is better used elsewhere. Click the button and fill out the form now. Whether it's guilt of how easy this all looks, or fear of not being able to succeed, even if you feel like having all this money might bring complications, I want to let you know it's normal. Of course those emotions are normal, but here's what happens when you overcome those mental demons. You see, whatever it may be you're feeling inside, and whatever your doubts, don't worry, because you're more than capable of overcoming those thoughts. By simply filling out your email, clicking the button and the form on the next page, you're already halfway there. And just a quick reminder, if you're still unsure about if it's going to work for you, well, what do you have to lose? You're 100% guaranteed to earn $1,250 profit. Wire to any of your banks directly by following some steps, all with the help of my expert mentors, helping one-on-one every step of the way. It's that easy, and if you decide not to try it, then it's totally your choice. But don't expect anything out of the norm to happen to your life or future either. It's your choice. Act now. Stop holding yourself back. You shouldn't be watching this video still. You should be inside the system members area, scheduling your private one-on-one call with your very own personal mentor. Remember, if you're still on the fence, I've given you a win-win 100% money-back guarantee where you'll make $1,250 personally just for giving it a go. So, a final word and reminder. Hundreds of people were watching this very video from the start and at the same time as you. Whether we have spaces left, I'm not sure. However, let me tell you, those that do manage to get in are not afraid of success. They have mouths to feed, family to take care of, just like you. He or she has already entered in their email and clicked the button below and is filling out the form on the next page right this second. That means you could be denied the chance of a lifetime if they're taking the last spot, the one you deserve, the most important opportunity presented right in front of you at this very moment. So take the leap, click the button below, and I'll see you on the next page.